Welcome, everybody. I'm JD,
And I'm Gail.
and you're tuned in to the Sneakee Bastards. Well, Gail, it's been a fun little weekend, a long weekend here in America. We had Labor Day, and we'll get to one of those shows here in the future. But I think there's some other news that's hitting the headlines. What's going on out in this world? Oh, wait a second. Before we get on to that, I don't know why I keep forgetting a day in history.
Okay.
Let's do a quick day in history.
On this day in 1777, the Stars and Stripes fly in their first battle for the first time.
That's cool.
In 1783, the Treaty of Paris was signed. And in 1914, Pope Benedict the 25th named to the papacy.
Well, congrats.
Yeah, Boar's Head. They are indeed doo-doo.
That they are. So what does boar heads do? For the people out there that don't know who boar's head is.
It's high-end, expensive lunch meat to get at the deli.
And that you can make yourself at home if you put the effort into it, and you'd have much better product. But yeah, the news is, I guess, listeria.
That's right, listeria.
Got in there, and what now? I think the final count is 9 deaths. Yeah, and there's some like over 50 people in the hospital. It's not a fun sickness, but yeah. So, is there any more information on what's going on with boar's head?
Was the inspection that was done by the thing at the plant. There was a lot of health-like issues. They were there was all kinds of stuff there. There was dust, dirt, mold, animal feces.
Oh, like a typical restaurant kitchen. Is that what you're saying?
Oh yeah, except it was the mold and stuff was bad, and there was rodent droppings and all kinds of stuff.
It's funny that there's a lot of people. I'm pretty active on X.com, and a lot of people were talking about this, and more people say, the company, of course, they're going to pay the price for this. The company's going to pay a big price for this, and but there's a lot of people saying it's because when President Trump was in office, they kind of backed off on a lot of inspections, and the inspectors weren't doing their jobs correctly because there's not enough of them. I'm not sure what the whole story is, but of course they're blaming this on Trump. But then again, it's the federal government. They're just incompetent, and maybe this is just another sign to possibly either get better government employees, or I got a better idea. If we need more food inspectors, maybe we ought to fire half the administrators in the Department of Education, because they're the only ones growing. The money's not going to the students, the money's going to the administrators. So if we fired all those administrators, then maybe we could hire some more meat inspectors. I don't know.
Can I interject there?
Sure, that's what the whole thing's about.
I worked, because I was a mechanic on the big trucks and the little trucks. I worked for a bread company for 27 years. And my wife worked in the deli at Albertson's grocery store for 20 years. You can't blame it all on the federal government. You have federal inspectors, you have state inspectors, and you have county and local inspectors. And the local inspectors and stuff like that, like the county, they go out and they're the ones that check on all the restaurants, all the grocery stores, all this kind of stuff.
Yep.
When I was there at the bakery, there'd be inspections. Sometimes you'd have the federal inspectors in. Sometimes you'd have the state inspectors. And they were all the time being popped up with surprise county health inspectors.
Yeah.
So those people at X that are trying to tell you this all Trump's fault.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a failure on both ends. but we also hear a lot of stories from the I don't want to call them communists, but the socialist, the statist. But they're saying that companies are only out there to kill their customers, you know. And I'm telling you, Boar's Head's going to pay a big price for this. And
oh yeah,
like Jack in the Box back in what was it, the 80s or 90s, when a few of their hamburgers killed some people. Jack in the Box paid a big price for it, and they managed to somehow stay out of bankruptcy. Well, Boar's Head, a big company, big brand name, is going to have a hard time coming back from this. And,
well, they're already one of the most expensive deli meats in the world.
Yeah. And, you know, if they're cutting back on their inspections, or if they're hiring inexperienced workers, then the problem is on Boar's Head, and they will pay the price. But unlike government, nobody in government who makes bad decisions rarely pays the price. So, you know, whenever somebody mentions that, you know, capitalists are just out there to kill their customers, they're dead wrong, no pun intended. But no CEO of any company wants to kill their customers. I mean,
no,
you got to have customers to keep your business running. And to think that anybody wants to go out there and kill their customers is just anti-human. I just can't stand that.
Total foolishness.
Yeah, just foolishness. And we'll see if Boar's Head can come out of this. There'll be a better company like Tylenol. Remember the Tylenol debacle? Yes. And look what Tylenol did, and they're still a brand name now, but they worked their asses off to make sure that nobody, tampers with their product. So Boar's Head hopefully will clean their act up, but I don't know. And today's day and age, I don't see that happening.
The problem, I feel, have to throw another stone on the back of them. It's a down economy. They're not going to be able to take and pay hundreds of millions of dollars and be able to raise their price up to pay for it, for capitalism.
Yeah.
It's destroy them. They're going to have to shrink way down and become just a local thing or something.
Yeah, and on top of that, the bank's not loaning now because, it's who would take on any loans in this kind of economy. Are they going to be able to take a loan out to clean up their factory, to reinstall new equipment, to train new workers? I mean, Boar's Heads, unless they got a lot of cash on hand, they're going to have a really tough time, and you're going to possibly see a lot of employees get laid off.
Oh, not possibly, definitely.
Yeah, and this is just going to hurt the economy all around. And I know right now in the boardroom of Boar's Head, they're sweating. So this is for the people who say capitalists just want to kill people. Yeah, this is what happens when you kill your customers. You go out of business. Or in the case of Boeing with their Starliner stuck up in space, it's because they put out a crappy product that has the potential to kill their customers. So, it's just, I don't know.
Can I say 3 letters?
Sure.
DEI.
But I'm sure that had no place in Boar's Head. But who knows?
Yeah.
There might be a story coming out on that. Who knows?
Yeah, and there was no need for it at a brewery either, Bud Light.
Yeah, so we'll keep an eye on Boar's Head, and we'll try to keep an update on it. We got some upcoming shows, too. We still want to do a show. We've all heard of Adam and Eve, right? Everybody knows about Adam and Eve, but we know Adam's first wife, so we're going to do a video on that. And then I wanted to do a show on Labor Day. But that'll come in the next couple of days also. But anything else going on out there? You want to?
Don't forget our conspiracy show.
Oh yeah, we're definitely going to do a show on new conspiracies. There's a couple of them out there, and we're going to try to break a few of them for you. We appreciate everybody for tuning in, and if you made it this far through the video, we really appreciate it. And you could show your appreciation if you get anything from this by giving us a quick like down here, maybe subscribe, and a comment would be really cool. Anything else we want to talk about before we call it a video?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Yep, nothing right off the bat, but we're going to do a couple more shows here pretty quick. So if you would, just come on to the channel. It's the Sneakee Bastards, and I'm JD.
And I'm Gail.